Okay, y'all, so I am recording this morning. I am about to do my makeup, of course. So I just thought I would do a little chit chat, get ready with me. I have some stuff to do today, so just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. I'm gonna start carving out my brows with this Goof Proof brow pencil. I think this is in number 4. So I just decided to record this morning for the simple fact that usually when I go live, a lot of comments are coming in, and honestly, I still got sleep in my face, y'all. Like, I washed my face, but like it's still there. I don't know why. I guess I was tired. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of have a moment to just get some stuff off my chest, update everybody, and then we kind of go from there. So I have seriously been contemplating bringing my lives over to YouTube. I just haven't started yet. I think I am going to keep some of the topics that are on Facebook because I actually like the topics, and more times than not, most of those topics are the ones that I'm speaking about anyway. So, thinking about keeping some of the topics, but I'm also thinking about adding some new topics. And the reason I am thinking about adding a couple of new topics is because Brandon and I have recently started looking for our forever home, which y'all know is like the home that you feel like you're going to be in. Oh my God, did it just break? Yes, it did. Okay, I'm going to try and use it anyway. It broke. Anyway, forever home is the home that you think that you're going to be in or you want to be in forever. Even though the house that we have now was a good buy, I still feel like we are missing things in our home that that is ugly, that we want that we don't have. So the whole purpose of us looking for our forever home is to make sure that we get everything in the house that we want, versus what we have buying our first home, if that makes sense. So right now we are in the process of looking at what all debt we have, and then just making some kind of chart or calendar to get a total of the debt that we have, and then also just kind of track our progress for paying down our debt. Now, we don't have a lot of debt, or at least in my opinion, I don't think we have a lot of debt. Obviously, we don't have a lot of debt because we had to have some kind of good credit, good debt coming into buying our home. So I don't think that we have a lot of debt, but I do think that the debt that we do have, we could definitely manage better if we, I can't believe I just broke this, if we decide to get back on a spending plan or a budget. I know, sounds crazy, me having a budget. But that's honestly how we got into buying our first home. We just pretty much looked at all of the outstanding debt we had. We made charts and, diagrams and stuff like that. And then we also came up with like a plan on how to get rid of our debt, even if that meant, not as much entertaining, or entertainment, like going out to eat or, splurging on buying stuff or shopping all the time, things of that nature. So, I do believe that we know what we want our forever home to look like. We have been going house hunting the last couple of weekends, and we have found some really good homes and some nice builds or builders that we think we want to use for our forever home. So, excuse me, y'all. I do believe that that is what the game plan is. It's just to start building towards what it's going to take for us to have our forever home. So right now I'm using the LA Girl Pro Concealer. This is in the shade Cool Tan. And I'm using that to clean up my brows. I also, I guess, had to give myself kind of a reality check, because the reason I haven't been going live lately is because I've been feeling just really down and depressed about where I am as far as like what I'm trying to achieve in the beauty community. And it's been more so for me anything frustrating and disappointing at the same time. And I say that because a lot of times when I do go live, I do give 100% of myself. Like, I'm very authentic in who I am. I'm very authentic and genuine in the things that I say. And so I feel like I don't ask a lot of my supporters except for to share. Make sure to like my social sites, make sure you're subscribed, which you guys know in the makeup world that can be, numbers matter. Let's not play like it doesn't. Numbers matter, and companies only see you if they see that your numbers are like super amazing. I am grateful for anyone who has decided to support me and who continues to support me, even in my absence, because that's like true support, I think. But I do get a little bit discouraged at times, and I question why I do any of it. For you guys who don't know, my job, I'm an insurance adjuster. It is kind of a seasonal job if you aren't somewhere staff, meaning like corporate. And I have really been struggling with the fact that my career choice is seasonal, because I haven't tried to apply for any like staff positions, or not apply for. It's just I haven't really been in any staff positions with my adjuster career. Everything that I've done has pretty much been contract work. So I wanted to try. I talked to Brandon about, just seeing how he felt about me, not going back to the corporate world and just trying to do YouTube or whatever full time. And honestly, you guys, right now I'm not at a point to where I could do that. Mostly because, like I said, my numbers aren't where they need to be. I can tell you right now, I need to be at least at 10,000 on every social platform that I have. That's Facebook, that's Instagram, that's YouTube. Though that number is like the magic number for social media for whatever reason, 10,000. I guess because at 10,000 they feel like you do have a lot more influence over more people, which makes sense, because if you're going to be pushing products, they want to make sure that you're reaching the masses, So right now, 10,000 is the number for me to have. I've tried to, make goals for myself to where, okay, I feel like, by this month, I should be at this number. By that month, I should be at that number. So I've tried doing that. But it does get very, very discouraging at times when you are giving your all. And it takes time to produce a YouTube video or to go live, like, especially and not be paid. A lot of my viewers, or a lot of people that watch me, I know, have said that they watch on their way to work, or just getting off work and they watching. And it's like you have your source of income. You're choosing to work. Me as an entrepreneur, my source of income is you guys. So if there's no activity in what I'm requesting, like subscribe to this channel, go like this page, go follow here. If there's no activity, that means that there's no way I'm going to be able to be a successful entrepreneur. No matter how much of a product I put out, if there's nobody that's going, looking at this product, reading this product, interacting, then there's not going to be any success for me. So I'm finding that I cannot, in a real sense, I cannot afford to do the YouTube full time right now. Just because, and that's no shade to like anyone, that's just me being realistic about my situation. I can't afford to do it full time right now just because my numbers aren't where they need to be for me to be full time. And like I said, I do get a little bit discouraged about it because it's like, okay, well, I'm doing everything that I know to do to push my brand forward. And my brand is one that really depends on other people. It depends on other people's support. It depends on other people's time. Just meaning watching videos or liking a post or commenting on something. But it's things that we typically do nowadays in society. You know, it's not normal to be on Instagram all the time or to be on Facebook all the time. So it's not like I'm asking anybody to do anything out of the norm, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I'm finding that I can't really move forward with doing the whole YouTube full time right now. Yo, these brows is really janky today. Really, really janky. Anywho, so I do have an interview set up today, which I'm really excited about. I'm not really upset that I have to go back into the corporate world because sometimes you do have to take a different approach to your dreams. You know what I mean? If you see that something isn't working, then sometimes you have to take a different approach to get to really where you really want to be. And that is what I'm doing today. So, another thing though is that I found, what am I going to use? Okay, I'm going to use the Cover FX Blurring Primer. I did get this in my BoxyCharm subscription. I really love this primer because it really does, exactly what it says it's going to do. It just blurs everything out. And it makes you have like this airbrush finished look once you start to apply your foundation. So yeah, I also have decided like I'm going to do some more reading because there are other things that I want to, oh, excuse me, y'all. There are other things that I want to tap into, but it's definitely going to require, I don't know how I did this. God. Whatever. It's definitely going to require some knowledge. So I need to get some reading done. That's just period, point blank. There's no other way for me to put that. But yeah, I have just really been thinking. I've been acquiring some books that I want to read to try and help me through this process. So that's all I've really been doing on my end. I don't know, y'all. I'm not really like crazy for coming back doing the live like I want to. I really do. But just part of me feels like, I don't know, I guess I'm still letting the fact that I'm discouraged kind of get to me. You know? I think people feel like because they don't see it, you know, but people don't know what goes on off camera, you know? Like I can get on here and I can talk and I can make y'all laugh and I can, you know, help y'all try to enjoy y'all day. But I feel like you have to fuel your friends. Just like I fuel y'all, I need y'all to fuel me. And a lot of times I don't feel like I have that. And so that does stop me from, because it makes me feel like, well, what's the point? You know, why should I continue to go live if I'm not going to get the support that I feel like I need or the support I feel like I deserve? So, yeah, that's kind of how I've been feeling. And I hate it because it's like I feel like for the ones that truly do support me, which I know who do, is a very small handful, but it's like when I go live, people are so quick to say, "Oh, but we missed you," and "Oh, where you been?" And it's like, if I'm not on Facebook, I can only be two other places. That's Instagram and YouTube. And if you were there, you'd know where I've been and what I've been doing. You know what I mean? So that kind of shows me sometimes like who really is a true supporter and who isn't. I know once I get to 1,000, I am going to do I'm going to do a giveaway on. Oh my God, did that just happen? Yes, it did. I'm going to do a giveaway on my YouTube channel. But I'm going to make sure that it is somebody who has truly like been rocking with me. I hope is the winner. I'm going to, create rules and all that kind of junk. But I really hope that somebody who has actually like been down with me, gets the prize. Y'all know I don't give out no shitty prizes. So yeah, I'm going to make sure it's something good. But that's really how I've been feeling. That's why y'all have not seen me go live. So but I've also decided too that in my feeling like this, I can't punish everybody. You know what I mean? Like if this is really what I want to do, then I really have to say damn how everybody else feels, and I just have to do it. If not for just me, but to actually be oh my goodness. It's like really right there. I don't know how I did that. But just to kind of prove to myself that yeah, I can do this, So I'm just gonna blend this down to my neck because I feel really yellow. I'm using right now Too Faced Born This Way in Caramel. I have really been loving this foundation because I feel like this is actually probably one of the most truest colors to my skin tone. Most of the times when I get foundations, they are like orange undertone or they have like this red undertone. And you can tell like once I get down to my chest area because it starts looking funny. But this is one that I'm finding is like very true to my skin tone. I actually didn't realize I was as light as I am, believe it or not. But yeah. So I come to realize that if this is something that I really want to do, I really can't depend on anybody else to make happen for me what I want to happen for me. And that's support is included. Like if this is something that I really want to pursue, if this is going to be one of my dreams, if I'm eventually going to make this a stream of revenue for me, then I just have to keep at it. And it's not even so much for you guys, it's really for me. The more I think about it, y'all, like in my opinion, this is just how I think. I feel like you see people every day who are out here and they are truly living their best lives, like truly. And everybody always tells everybody else, oh, be great, or let me be great or live your best life. And then it's like, when you think about it, are you really living your best life? And the reason I say that is because I feel like there is so much motivation around me and Brandon, just the area that we live in. Like, I feel like we are considered, I know we are considered middle class, right? And I tell Brandon this all the time. It's like the people that we live around. I'm about to use Tarte Shape Tape and Tan Sand, of course. But the people that we live around, I would say, in my opinion, I feel like we live in a predominantly white area, right? Which I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I see people like that live next door to us that have, boats, and they get out and they take their kids on the water. Like during the summertime, pretty much like every weekend, they are out on the water. They are out actually enjoying life, living their best life. And I tell Brandon, I don't see any reason why this can't be us. I don't see any reason why we aren't able to have these things. Like, people tell you, live your best life. And that don't mean get up and go to work every day, working 40, 50 hours a week just to come home and pay your damn bills. That's not what that means. Like, how are you living your best life if you're not even enjoying the fruits of your labor? You know? Like, there's got to be more to life than just getting up, going to work, getting a paycheck, and then coming home and paying the mortgage. I feel like we don't travel as much as I would like for us to travel. But then it's like, when I look at all of the stuff that we do, just regular on the whim, like the going out to eat, the going shopping, all of those things we don't really have to do. You know what I mean? We are very blessed. But it's not like all those things we just don't have to do. We could definitely put that money towards something else. And we really should, So I told him, I was like, for me growing up as a kid, there was 5 of us. And I feel like my mom had a hard time, like, trying to make sure we all got to do what it is we wanted to do, specifically. Because there's 5 of us and there's only one of her. And it's like, how do you make your money stretch to where all 5 of your kids actually experience life? They actually live life, and it's not just life happening to them. Like, how do you do that? And I told Brandon, I was like, with me and him, we both make decent money. There's no reason we shouldn't be able to afford our kids a nice life. Not that they don't have a nice life now, but they should be able to experience things. And they should know that there is more to the world than just Texas. Now, mind you, our kids have traveled. Like, they've been out of the state. But I was just telling him the other day, I'm like, there are 50 states. And he was like, okay, 49 excluding Alaska, because Alaska don't count. But whatever. He's like, I told him, I was like, but there are 49 states. I was like, and how many states have our kids actually visited? Now, I could only count 5, but look, my memory was getting a little bit shaky afterwards. Oh, for my contour, I'm using Cover FX in the shade N110 Cover FX. And I'm just going to go ahead and blend this out. But I told him, as a kid, my mom tried to make sure that, like, we visited different states. She had really successful friends, so she tried to make sure that, like, anytime she went anywhere with her friends, like, she would take us to their homes, to visit and just see how the other side lives when you make success or, like, just healthy living your priority. And I told him, I want to make sure that our kids know, like, success is important, but so is healthy living. And what I mean by healthy living is just being around people who pour into you. People who encourage you to do better, people who challenge you, just enjoying, like, the simpler but finer things in life. I told him, like, being able to go outside and sit on your porch, being able to own a home, being able to, if you wanted to, get up and go boating, or if you wanted to get up and go out of town or go out of state or out of the country. Those are things you should be able to do. But I feel like with us, one of the things that we are very bad about is wait until our kids are, in their teen years, late teen years, to teach them about wealth building, or, this is not sturdy enough. To teach them about wealth building, or to teach them about saving, or, whatever. Like, we wait until our kids actually need the information before we teach it to them. And I told him, I was like, I thought about that with Michael, and I was like, Michael is about to be 16, and we need to start teaching him now, like, how to make his own money, like how to be self-reliant, because here in a minute, he's going to be an adult, and guess what Michael's going to want to do? Michael's going to want to do whatever Michael wants to do, because he's going to feel like he has the age. But my thing is, does he have the knowledge? Like, have we really equipped him with everything he needs to be a successful adult? And I feel like the answer is kind of no. It's not that I think it's not that we haven't, but we're very slow at doing it. And today's kids, they just aren't growing up as slow as we were. They're growing up a lot faster. So we have to give them more knowledge a lot quicker than when we were little, or when we were growing up. So just blending everything out. I'm about to set that powder in a minute because I see my eyes starting to crease. I mean concealer. I'm about to set the concealer. I'm sorry, y'all. But I told him, I was like, there's so much that I feel like we need to be teaching him, like, right now. You know, he's 16. He wants to work a job. Like right now, Michael, all he has to do is ask for whatever he wants, and he pretty much gets it. But that's not how the real world works. I'm using Sacha Buttercup to set my concealer. That's not how the real world works, you know. Like, he needs to know that if there's something that he wants, he has to work for it. And it's going to cost him money, and it's going to cost him time. You know, and that will probably make him appreciate the things that he has a little bit more. And we need to teach him, just as much as he spends, he probably needs to save even more. So that's really been like where I'm at now. As far as, like, I feel like we were on track at one point, and for whatever reason or some reason, our the way we were thinking shifted. You know, I think that we bought our house and we kind of got comfortable in the fact that, okay, we bought our house. That was really the big goal at the time, was to make sure that we got our kids into a good neighborhood, made sure that we bought a house that we could be proud of. But then we just stopped at that point. I'm actually about to go into the contour kit by ABH. This is their tan to deep, and this is the powder kit. So I'm just gonna define my contour a little bit more. But yeah, so that's really been what I've been thinking about. And it's not so much that I want to have what other people have. It's more so for me about the experience. You know what I mean? There are so many things in life that I feel like I've limited myself to, and I just don't want to anymore. You know, there's way too much life to live. There's way too many experiences to have to be shut off or be closed off to experiences. And most experiences do cost, you know, they cost you something, whether it's time, money, whatever. They cost you something. But those are things that I'm willing to give, and things that I'm willing to just sacrifice, you know, my time, my money, my energy, to make sure that my kids have these experiences and that I have them with them. The more I think about it, I feel like my mom wanted to have a lot of experiences with us, which is why she put us around the certain people that she put us around, or she put us in programs that she put us in. But I think because there were so many of us, like I said, it was 5 of us, I just think that she didn't, she didn't have the means to have all 5 of us in one program at one time, because she was always working. And you know, that was, I think, a big deal. But I think for the most part, she definitely tried to make sure that we were always having these experiences. Even though, you know, I'm using MAC's Sweetest Cocoa for my blush. Let me just take this up some. But I'm really grateful for her for doing that, because a lot of the experiences that I had as a kid, I wouldn't have had it not been for her trying to make some kind of sacrifice for me to have them. So, you know, I just think about all the stuff that she wanted to do with us, her children, as kids, that she wasn't able to do, that me as an adult, I am able to do. I just have to do it. You know, we just have to plan it out. Like my kids have, one of the things that I want to do is I want to be able to take a family vacation and not drive for the most part, all of our family vacations, we have driven everywhere we've been. Like, my kids haven't been on a plane, and I don't want them to have to emergently get on a plane for whatever reason. I want them to actually have experiences like getting on a plane more than once, you know, or going on a cruise more than once. I don't want to be able to say, oh, well, we went on this cruise this one time. You should be able to take your kids on cruises and, you know, just live your best life all the time. It shouldn't be a one-time situation. It shouldn't be like a one and done, is what I'm pretty much saying. I'm actually just going to do my everyday go-to look. I was thinking about doing something kind of dramatic and crazy, but then I actually remembered I have an interview to go to. So, I'm going to use the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. I'm using Cocoa Truffle as my transitional shade. So yeah, that's just really where my thinking has been right now. I picked up a couple of books, and these are some books that we have had laying around the house literally that I've been meaning to read, and I just haven't. So I've been reading some of those books just because there are some things that I want to get into that I need some knowledge about. I was telling Brandon, like, the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. And for me, my goal is to figure out what my 7 streams are and then tap into them. I know a lot of times people say, oh, well, you're doing so well, you're doing so good. But for me, I feel like I can always do better. Like, when I know that I live across the street from somebody that's living in a $800,000 house, and they have, I'm pretty sure, every damn amenity you can think of with a pool in the back and a lake, that just gives me something more to push for. And like I said, it's not that like, oh, I want to have what they have. It just lets me know that the amount of success I want, it's definitely obtainable. Like, I can definitely have it. I just have to tap into my resources and work at it. So that's why I said, for me, with my YouTube, my Instagram, you guys, honestly, if you do these things right, there is definitely money to be made out there. And entrepreneurship, I'm finding, is not for everybody. Like, you might be the type of person where you thrive and you do well in the corporate world, or you might be the type of person where you know, you don't have to work at all, and you can depend on, you know, your husband or your wife or a trust fund or whatever to cover you. So I know that entrepreneurship is not for everybody, but I also know that the things that I want for myself, I can't get with just having a corporate gig. You know, and I don't think that even my spirit would let me, because I find that when I do my makeup, there's a whole nother side of me that comes out when I do my makeup. Sometimes it's the funny side of me. Sometimes it's the serious side of me. But anytime I do it, it definitely provokes thought in me. It definitely gets something in my head going. It makes me creative, you know? And I think that's what makeup does for me. It just helps me to better understand my purpose in life and what I want to be doing. So, you know, I know this may or may not make sense, but that's just what makeup does for me. It's always been an outlet for me, and I don't want to stop it from being what it's been for me, because it allows me to see my potential and where I can go, if that makes sense. So, I definitely know I'm more than likely going to continue doing my Facebooks. Excuse me, not Facebook. I feel like I'm going to do more of the YouTubes like this, just to kind of give you guys an idea of where I am mentally, as far as like my mind state, like what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, because it's really uninterrupted right now. And I think that's when I get the most out of myself, and that's when I learn the most about myself, because it also gives me time to self-reflect. So I know that this is probably going to be something that I'm going to keep up. But it also just allows me to share without holding anything in, so I don't overload myself with my thoughts and my overanalyzing and my overthinking. So hopefully this will be something that you guys will could grow to like and maybe appreciate. Regardless, I'm going to continue to do it because, like I said, it's an outlet for me, and I know that in the past when I've done things like this, it has touched more than just one person. And so if that's just the way God's going to use me, then okay, that's just the way God's going to use me. So yeah. So the bottom shade I put on was So Bougie. So I only used 2 shades. You know, like I said, this is just really light look. My everyday go-to makeup. Nothing like dramatic. Of course, because I have an interview to go to, so I couldn't even get dramatic if I wanted to. But my goal right now, you guys, is just to try to improve on me as best I can right now. Because there is, you know, some improvement that needs to happen. And I'm not, you know, afraid to say that I need to work on me. You know, there are things that I want and there are things that I want to be able to give and leave to my kids. Like I want to be able to leave them a legacy. I want them to have the choice to actually choose life. You know what I mean? And that's just in anything that they do. And so I know in order for them to be able to have that choice, that means that I have to do things and put things in place that enable them to do that. I'm using this Pretty Vulgar gel liner. I'm not going to make this a crazy wing. But hold on. I'm really loving this gel liner. Like, I don't know why it took me so long to get into gel liner. Because this is really good. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm thinking right now. And I feel like for the ones that understand, they understand. And for the ones that don't, I'm not even really trying to explain it to anybody like in depth. You know? Everybody won't understand why you do what you do, but it's really not for everybody to understand. Like some people can wake up every day and they are okay with the life they live. They are okay with, you know, going to their 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 or whatever it is and renting a home or renting an apartment, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I think for me, I know that I want more and I won't stop until I get that more, you know? I feel like everybody has different destinies in life, and what works for one person may not work for somebody else, which is totally fine. But I think in order for me to truly say choose life or even live your best life or let me be great, I have to be doing things that align with what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like truly have to be doing things that align with what I'm saying. I can't tell somebody like go live your best life and I'm sitting over here and I'm down on myself, or I'm pouting about the things that I don't have or things that I do want, that I don't have, or, you know, letting my past eat away at me. So I'm definitely just, you know, in that whole phase of just planning again. And I know Brandon probably gonna get sick of me because I'm one of those type of people. My brain is like always going. Like, what's my next move? What can I do now? How can this make me better? How does this affect me in the long run? I'm one of those type of people. I know that I'm one of those people who all right, so I've really been wearing the crap out of these lashes. Y'all can be mad at me all y'all want to, but these are like some really good lashes. I'm about to put on the lashes from Eyelure. They are the Vegas nail lashes. I love these lashes, y'all. For $11, I'm not mad, you know. I think I got them cheaper from Walmart though, but I know at Ulta they're like $11, and in my opinion, they are so worth it. But yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at. So there will be times where I come on here and I'm super funny and things are going super great. But then there will be times when I come on and I'm in thinking mode, or I'm in creative mode. And I'm not looking for anybody to say, oh, I accept that, or oh, I don't accept it. This journey is my journey. So it is solely for me. If you happen to benefit from my journey, you happen to learn something from my journey, then I'm all for that. But I'm not going to change the course of my journey to fit anybody, you know? That's why I said, like I said, we all have different goals, different ideas of where we want to be in life, who we want to be in life. And I'm just realizing I can't sacrifice me for the likes of other people. I've done that before. I did that, you know, in my relationship with my kid's dad, which is why I think I gave so much of myself and I ended up being so depleted in that relationship, is because I was trying to sacrifice who I was truly meant to be to please him, or even the people that I was around. And real support and real love don't show up in that form. They just don't. So, this is how I will be doing my makeup moving forward. Like, I'll do some recorded versions, and then of course you guys know I will do some live versions because we need that interaction, you know. We need to like hear from each other and know, you know, you're okay, you're good, blah blah blah. So I'm just taking my spoolie and I am running my real lashes into my falsies. That is just to blend them a little better, you know, to make it look more realistic. I always use the spoolie that I did my brows with because, of course, you know, when you run this through your brows, you pick up product. You know what I mean? You pick up product and it just really blends it into the lashes even better. Because that product gets on your real lashes, which makes, you know, it gives it like a little tint or whatever. Girl, that's cute, girl. Okay, chica. So yeah, that's my spiel, y'all. That's my spiel. I truly do hope y'all understand, honestly. I just want to help make people better. I'm also going to be doing, I feel like I'm going to be releasing my book soon. I'm done writing. I really am. There's nothing else for me to say in that book. Anything else that follows, there will either be a second book that I'm going to do in collaboration with Brandon, or I will just do like continued reading here on YouTube. A lot of people have asked me about how me and Brandon kind of got out of debt to get into our home. And I'm going to share some of those tips. People have asked me about couponing. I'm going to share some of those tips as well. So all the tea and all the get down is really going to be here on YouTube. I will do shares too. What am I looking for? I don't even think it's in this bucket. Excuse me, y'all. Let me try this guy. He might not be too bad. Okay, so I'm going to try using my e.l.f. Shimmer Lip Gloss. This is like a pink shade. It's just lip gloss, really, so. And I lined my lips with NYX's lip pencil. I think it was, I don't know what it was. Not going to even lie to y'all. So this was definitely more of a serious chit chat, get ready with me. But I just felt like being honest and kind of transparent. So that's why I did this. Sometimes you need that honesty without having to like answer to people on why you're doing this or why you're doing that. So that's why I felt like doing it this way. Because sometimes you just, you know, you need to like be able to tell people what you're doing without having to apologize or answer so immediate to why you're doing what you're doing, if that makes sense. I'm just taking a little bit of the brown and running it under my eyeliner, or my waterline, I'm sorry. I probably picked the wrong brush to do this with. I really did. Let me find another brush. Okay. So I dipped it in cocoa truffle, and then I dipped it in decadent, which is like a black shade, which is why you see it's like a little bit smoky under the eye. That's the black that's kind of showing up. Okay. All right, and now I am going to take a little bit of Rich Girl, and I'm going to put that right under my brow bone. So if you guys have any questions or comments, then definitely leave it below. I truly hope that you subscribe. I do need to get to 1,000 subbies as of right now. My goal, of course, is to continue to like grow my subbies. Because I do plan on making YouTube a source of revenue for me. This is just me coming to y'all like for really on my like entrepreneur kick. There's just things that you need to make sure that you do and you cover. So I'm just kind of blending that out. I felt like it looked a little harsh up top. Okay, that's not too bad. All right, and now I'm going to highlight, and then we are going to be done. But I will tell you guys what I feel like our 7 streams of revenue are, or could potentially be. Actually, I'm going to go in with bronzed as my highlight. I'm not going to do too much because, like I said, interview. But I'm going to do just enough to let them know what they're getting themselves into. And this is from the ABH Glow Kit. This is the Sun Dipped Kit. Yeah, not too much. Okay. Almost done here, guys. So I will tell you guys what I feel like our 7 streams of income could potentially be. And this is something Brandon and I have talked about. We are still working on some of these things, of course, but this is definitely a journey I want to take people on, because I feel like people think that you can't do it. And for me, I think all you need to do is see somebody do it, you know? And then it's like, boom, okay, I know it can be done. I know that it's obtainable. I know that surely from the fact that of the neighborhood that we live in, there are people like living their best life for real. And that I'm not talking about going out to go buy the new Jordans when the new Jordans come out. I'm talking about people are like really living their best life, you know. So, okay. So this is the finished look. I'll pull my hair out of this ponytail. I haven't curled it yet, but we gonna get there. But this is the finished look, you guys. This is hair from, oh, I need to get that together. The hair is from 1989, which you guys know I'm a brand ambassador for their hair company. I have a 360 lace closure. I have 2 bundles of Peruvian virgin hair. You can use my code RITA LYNN. That will give you a discount on any hair that you purchase. Of course, if you buy the hair, then definitely let me know by tagging me in a picture or sending me a picture, and I'll definitely repost it. But yeah, this is the hair that I'm wearing. I did make this into a unit. I didn't record making it into a unit. I should have. I honestly didn't do it because I didn't think it was going to come out right at first. But yeah, it came out beautifully. But so the 7 streams that we are thinking of, we're thinking YouTube, Instagram, makeup, Brandon with his photography. We are going to dabble in the real estate area. So that's 5. And then we're investing in some stocks. Brandon has been kind of going back and forth with that right now with the Forex thing. So I don't know if y'all follow him, but he's been doing Forex. So that's 6. We haven't quite come up on our 7th yet, but I feel like with the 6 that we have, a 7th could potentially be in the 6 that we have. So those are the things that we are thinking about dabbling in. We've definitely picked up reading material. We know people in these fields and in these industries, so we can kind of pick their brain and learn from them. But overall, that's it. And so I want to just take you guys on this journey so you can see how we manage our debt, how we have, you know, good credit, how we're able to purchase these things and kind of live the life that we live without it being such a strain. I'm not saying like we live like this glorious life, but I do realize that we are blessed. And a lot of times you just need to share that information with other people to kind of like help them to get on board, if that makes sense. Anyway, I will do another I guess this is like a semi-live or a recording maybe later on this week to let you guys know how it went. We do realize right now that we do need our corporate jobs to fund some of our entrepreneurial jobs, which, you know, that's not a problem. Sometimes you have to keep that 9 to 5 to fund your dream, and we totally understand that. So that's what we're doing right now, but we are definitely creating a plan. We're going to work that plan. Our plan is going to cause for sacrifice. We already know. Our plan is going to cause for us to be just dedicated, very determined, and strict on ourselves, you know. So as we progress and learn and do things, I will share that with you guys, of course, while doing my makeup. So I hope you guys liked it. I love y'all. Thank you so much for everybody who has continuously supported me, even in my absence. I truly appreciate it. Let's try and get this video to, I don't know, share. My goal is to share globally. And let's try and get like a bunch of thumbs up and likes. Remember to subscribe, and always, you guys choose life. I love y'all. Have a great Tuesday.